Hello and welcome to day 79. What inspires you? How do you get inspiration into your life? Well, one of the things that I do is I watch YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, different people, and I'm going to share with you why I watch those people and how long I've been watching them. One of the first people that I ever paid attention to in the area of inspiration was a guy named Zig Ziglar. Now, Zig Ziglar, the first time I was exposed to him was back in the 1980s. And he's one of the fathers of inspiration, about motivation, and about living within our values. Great information. He wrote a book called See You at the Top. From the book, he went around all over the United States and all over the world giving speeches about how to be successful.
Along the lines of the fact that you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want.
He was married, he had children. Zig has passed on, but he's one of the great leaders of our time. Even before him, there was a gentleman named Earl Nightingale. Now, his videos are not really all that snappy and everything, and a lot of the videos that you'll find on YouTube with Earl Nightingale are more audios. But I listened to Earl Nightingale. He's got one video or audio out called The Strangest Secret. That is a really great audio. It was done kind of in a flash and didn't have a lot of planning put into it. But that record, back in the day, they didn't have audio, they didn't have obviously MP3 players and all that stuff. His speech was actually recorded on an album.
No one wants to be a failure. No one really wants to be a mediocre individual. No one wants a life constantly filled with worry and fear and frustration. Therefore, remember that you must reap that which you sow. If you sow negative thoughts, your life will be filled with negative things. If you sow positive thoughts, your life will be cheerful, successful, and positive.
It came in a box about yay big and about yay thick. So Earl Nightingale has some really solid foundational things about how for us to be inspired. Another person, I'm looking at my notes over here, we got Earl Nightingale, we got Zig Ziglar. Another guy that's like the father of a lot of the newer stuff in the last 15 or 20 years, and actually a mentor to Tony Robbins. Now, Tony Robbins has got a lot of great information, but the guy that got Tony Robbins started was a guy named Jim Rohn, and his last name is spelled R-O-H-N, Jim Rohn. He did a video series, and it was like for $200, and it was called How to Have Your Best Year Ever. And it was a 5.5-hour video series, and I bought that video series. Now you can watch probably the entire 5-hour video series on YouTube for free. Well, I paid a lot of money for the one that I got. You can now get it for free. I love YouTube because there's so much information out there that can inspire us. I was so moved by Jim Rohn's information that I went out and bought 100 of his video series. Now, these were on VHSs. 4 came in a box, and I bought 100 of them, and I gave them to people that I wanted them to have that information. And it cost me thousands and thousands of dollars to do that. But Jim Rohn's information is so incredible. And if you listen to me talk very long and you listen to Jim Rohn, you're going to hear a lot of his philosophy in my life. Now, Jim Rohn is the guy that inspired Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, a high school dropout, I think, but an incredible person, wrote a book called Unlimited Power. And in the book Unlimited Power, Tony had read over 500 books and he condensed them into Unlimited Power. Tony is a master at inspiration, about NLP, about goal setting, about philosophy. He's even done some videos recently on investing. So Tony Robbins is a really great, and if you haven't had an opportunity to go to one of his conferences, I highly recommend it. I've walked on fire twice because of Tony Robbins, and so has my wife, and so have my kids. The next one that I want to talk about is Evan Carmichael. Now, Evan Carmichael, I believe, is in Canada. But the cool thing about Evan Carmichael is he's used technology not only to inspire us, but to teach us, to educate us on so many different topics. What he did, and how I got attached to his information was, he said the 7 or 10 things that make a person successful. Like, he looked at what does the President of the United States consider the 10 things he needs to do to be successful? What does Tiger Woods need to do in order to be successful? What does Mother Teresa need to do in order to be successful? And so he went online, he did the research, he found these talks or these interviews or these speeches, and he put together this capsule. We usually last anywhere from 12 to 18 minutes about what makes those people successful. And he's got hundreds of videos of all kinds of people. Evan Carmichael, awesome. You YouTube a search on Evan Carmichael, and you're going to have a plethora of great information that will be inspirational. The next one is a guy named Art Williams. Now, Art Williams was a high school coach, and he wasn't making much money, and he decided he wanted to do something with his life. And so he looked at a lot of different business opportunities, and he's got a video called Just Do It. And it's a 37-minute long video. I highly recommend that video. I've got it.
Just do it. Art, if I could just sell my house, do it. But houses ain't selling. Do it anyway. Art, I'm not making any money. What can I do? You just do it. Do what, Art? You do it, and do it, and do it. Art, I guarantee I'm going to win this contest. Super duper, just do it.
And sometimes when I go running, I listen to Art Williams talking about just doing it. And one word that he does not know is can't. I highly recommend watching Art Williams' video. Now there's one on there, it's called Just Do It, an original. It's, I think it's 29 minutes long. That's the one I like the best. Thank you. Now this is not a complete list of all the people that I get inspired by from YouTube, but I'm going to make another video for the next segment. So this is going to be the first one, and the next one will be some more of the people and why I listen to them and what I get from it. So please, if you haven't, like this video. That allows us to know we're on the right track. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.